Except their cafeteria, okay.
Where they went from cardboard to styrofoam.
I know.
Oh, I thought it was at the beginning of this year.
But what can you do? I think you'd be surprised. We were at Busboys and Poets. I had dinner last night, and I was going to say something, and I'm like, you could get off your high horse for just 2 minutes. But I wanted to say to the manager kind of guy that was managing the tables, don't give people straws if they don't ask for them. Straws are my nemesis. I hate straws.
Well, and they always, restaurants that automatically bring you water, and then people don't drink it. It's like, why are you doing that?
Well, I have less of a problem with that because that's renewable. This is just, I saw the guy bust the table, and even the straws that were still in the wrappers not used went in the trash. So we got to change these mindsets. You know, that's got to be a cost to restaurants. Why don't they just say, we don't offer straws anymore? Our glasses are clean. That's the problem, is people don't like to put their mouth on the edge. Come on, people. You're grabbing the doorknob on the bathroom that somebody just didn't wash their hands. And now we're creeped out that we won't drink out of a cup? But even at work, we have full service for 40 people that my wife and I own. So full sets of plastic plates for 40, silverware for 40, dessert plates for 40, and I would offer those to bring them into work for work, you know, like holiday parties and stuff. And some people objected. They said, I don't know if that's clean. I want a paper plate. And then they put the paper plates on top of the reusable plate, you know, because the paper plate's too flimsy. I'm like, don't use my reusable plate if you're going to use a paper plate. I was like, look, I take everything home, it goes through the dishwasher, you know. What do you think when you go to a restaurant? Do you not eat on those plates because they're real plates? Okay, another soapbox for me to get off of, but that's why I really appreciate that the university makes an effort. And you know, where I teach at the Conway School, we had a reception. I said, I got service for 40. You want me to bring it? Sure. Complete with cloth napkins for 40. You know, let's do this. It's not that hard. And you know what? The plates all fit in one of those 5-gallon buckets. So I just bring the bucket and I just say, throw all your dirty stuff in there. We take the bucket. It's easy. It's easy. We just don't try to do it.
I have a question on that.
Okay, let's go back to that.
So, you know, when I was thinking the same thing you were thinking is where do I go to get the best products? And I mean, and you have to first figure out, well, what are the best products according to whom? To,
right.
You know,
And
what is a
define
green
best.
standard and what goes into that green standard? And then how do you keep that updated? Where's the one-stop shopping part on you know, Amazon I could go to that would give me some peer-reviewed, you know, or
Anybody looking for a small business?
The housekeeping seal approval
Approval.
for consumer.
Yeah, that'd be a great online business. Yeah.
They're making it
It's-
easy for me to find something.
Well, it's like they put out a list on what kind of seafood you should eat and avoid with regard to mercury. You know, you should eat these kind of fish, avoid these kind of fish. You know, that's, I think probably one of the reasons why it hasn't been done is that nobody wants their products to be rated as bad. So I'm sure there would be lobbying against, you know,
Consumer
like
Reports
craft,
version of that.
you know, like craft foods, you know, 90% of it is such crap. And I would say one thing about that. My sister just got diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. Her husband has multiple myeloma. I was like, how the hell did 2 people in the same household get such severe cancers? Well, you know what, for the first time I just spent a weekend at their house. They eat complete trash. Their pantry is my wet dream. 3 kinds of Oreos and chips and Fritos and no fresh food. Water bottles in the refrigerator, plastic water bottles. And you know, how many times, my tongue was getting bloody because I had to bite my tongue so many times. But let me tell you, the link between food and cancer is real. And how do you change people's, and I tried to kind of dance around, well, what do you think? The two of you, you must be living under power lines or something to have such, I don't think they would have seen that connection. So, just take that under advisement that those linkages are real. And our exposure to nature. Their exposure to nature is almost non-existent. I'm like, there's no parks around it. They walk in their little retirement community. I'm like, really? There's no parks? There's no, yeah, very important.
I know there's a website that has, it's like for like body products, so like shampoo, soaps, makeup, all those things, and it has all of the ingredients within each product, and it has them ranked on a scale of like 1 to 5 on whether or not they're dangerous to your health, if they're dangerous to the environment. The thing with it is that not all of the ingredients have a lot of research done on them, so they don't have enough information, but there are definitely products that are ranked as better for you than other ones. If I can find the link, I'll email it to you guys, but it has it, and I think it has it for like another, like other group of products that you can buy, but I don't remember what it was, but I know that there is a website that kind of has this out there for like skincare products and stuff like that, but
boy, you really hit
It's
on
still
you
hard.
hit on something there that is so difficult for me. Is the packaging. I just can't do it. We belong to a co-op, and you can get. We haven't branched out into shampoo yet, but you can get laundry detergent bulk. You can, we just have our little jug and we go in and fill it up. It's the packaging that's killing me. It's like I'd like to use some kind of, I have some goat milk cheese. That's what I should do. Goat milk cheese. Goat milk soap. Yeah, put goat milk cheese all over my skin. It'll be beautiful, beautiful. Let me tell you. But it's the packaging that kills me. Shampoo, plastic bottles, everything plastic bottles. I just can't bring myself to do it. So I mostly don't wash my hair.
But the other thing is, so when we talk about what type of thinking is needed to make such a large cultural shift, I mean, what strikes me is going back to the intergenerational concept of, I need to teach my kids by example. I mean, that all along, and then hopefully they'll take that and they'll, by example, continue the trend of, not using paper plates, doing this other thing. But it's about, I think it's by example that we have to keep doing this, because my daughter wrote this beautiful essay, and she happens to be gay, and she wrote this beautiful essay about when she first came out, about how hate is taught. And it was just like, every time something goes in life, that somebody does something that is just so, not consistent with what my beliefs are, just remember, it's taught. People like all the ISIS and all that other stuff, they're taught to hate us, right? So if we don't set the example, then, so anyway, I'm kind of going on my little.
That's okay. Everybody gets a soapbox at least once.
That was mine.
So in both and thinking, yes, that's true. We need to teach the generation coming up. But who remembers, probably very few people on this side of the room, remember when recycling first started? Maybe you were the kids who helped first start it, right? So how they did it was they taught the kids. And the kids brought it home to teach their parents.
Yeah, exactly.
So I see a both and approach, which I'm a big fan. If you don't hear me say both and about 6 times in this course, you're missing out, because it's got to come from parents to kids, and it's got to come from kids to the parents. And I see so many young people today going, what kind of planet are you going to leave us? I'm glad they're paying attention, because they can make a difference and make that change. Okay, so last comment, go ahead.
I found the website, so it's the Environmental Working Group Skin Deep Cosmetic Database.
Can you go ahead and
I can still
send
email
it to me or
Yeah.
whoever, we'll get it out to everybody. Because I keep a list of,
So So they do like home,
Websites.
sun, makeup, skincare, hair, nails, fragrance, babies and mom, oral care, and men's products.
Awesome.
You can put in the name of the exact product you buy, or you can just find the best ones in that category.
Yeah, I was just at the store looking for shampoo, and I like, look at the ingredients, there's 400 ingredients, and only 3 of them do I know how to pronounce, you know? Yeah, we need to simplify, and what I'm hoping is in the area where I live, that I'll be able to plug into this farm-to-table kind of network that they've got set up, to get some goat milk soap or something that I can use, because, you know, okay, one last little soapbox. And, you know, I'm revealing so many personal things, but I'll just say that I don't shave anything. My water usage is the lowest of the humans, I think. Because men, Adam's exception, shave every morning. That's like, what, 3-4 gallons of water, some of it hot. You know, I don't shave my legs, 30 years not shave my legs. Who would, you know, not needed. The only products I use a little bit of hair gel because otherwise it's crazy. I don't use deodorant. I use soap and toothpaste. That's it. So if I could get those products with no packaging, the toothpaste is a little hard for me because I've got sensitive taste buds, and you know, baking soda is not going to cut it for me. But a lot of people are coming up with products now with very limited packaging. And if everybody could get their hygiene program into reduced packaging, yeah, what a world.
One of the challenges is that so often products that purport to be, you know, safer, environmentally conscious are more expensive. I mean,
Which I
that
think is
is-
BS.
I completely agree, and if there were, you know, if somebody were innovative about this,
Yeah, they'd come in with the same product for a lower
and they could
price.
come in with the cheap, environmentally conscious product, and then people would have a hard time not, you
Yeah.
know, justifying not buying it. I mean, the incentives are in the wrong way.
Here's my little thing. Toilet paper with no cardboard roll. It exists. I have seen it. I use it. What a waste. I mean, such a simple little thing. And it's always like, oh, somebody's going to recycle this little tube, and it sits on the counter for 3 days and nobody
No.
recycles it. and-
Right. It goes in the
Yeah.
trash.
That is such a little thing, but it's all these little things that matter. Okay, I'm going to switch up.
One thing that drives me crazy,
Okay.
backwards,
Last
is
soapbox.
the design of a milk carton or an orange juice container where you're supposed to like pull the wax thing open to create a spout.
Right.
And they always kind of got stuck and you couldn't get it to work properly.
Right.
So instead of getting it to work properly, they added a screw-on plastic thing.
Right.
That
So they
just
didn't,
drives me
right,
insane,
they didn't
because
fix the design
They didn't fix the
flaw.
design, which was a really good design.
Okay, so let's go to our little exercise that you all are going to do. And here's how it's going to go. Hopefully you've come up with at least one idea, maybe more than one. So you're going to redesign a common everyday product so that it has at least one next use. That does not mean just making the packaging better or reducing the packaging or whatever. This is very hard because you have to come up with what is that next use, and that's cradle to cradle. That's taking clothes and making dog clothes out of them. So sorry, your group can't use that example. Oh well. It's hard. So let's take a few minutes. I'm going to show you one example. You can also think about redesigns of the packaging transportation method, no limits to creativity, prepare an illustration of your design. So just something 8.5 by 11 that you can show the rest of the group. So let me go to, I'll show you just one example, not my favorite example, but this particular product. Please sign in. It's not going to let me play the video. Okay, so what Coca-Cola did was they said, we're going to increase our sales, greed, by making them have a second use. I think that's pretty cool.
Bubbles?
So this is a bubble thing. You put a little dish soap, you put a little water in there, and you can blow bubbles with it. I'm sorry, the video isn't working. Boy, that didn't get much bigger. They have spray bottles and ways you can connect them, and a pump to make it into a lotion dispenser. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, is design your first product so that it also has a second use. Okay, let's do the groups like this. Michelle, Malaya, and Cynthia, why don't you get together? We'll go 1, 2, 3, you 3, and you 3, okay? So put together something, hopefully you got some ideas, get an illustration. We'll take about 15 minutes for this exercise, okay?